All right, legends. We are back rocking and rolling. Just going to let everybody know on the live stream, on the Discord, and then you know the business. We jump straight into it. As always, legends. Oh, and there's, let me get, I know, thank you for the toy, but not right now, honeys. Thank you. I know, not right now though, honeys. That is the baby girl over there. Let's get down to business. All right. Oh, I guess this was all messed up too. All right. Let's let the legends know. Larynx. Yeah, exactly. That's what happens when you're messing around. Overall, legends, it's definitely been a slower week, to say the least. And I think we're just seeing that across the board, conditionally. So, not much we can say about it. We're going to take a look at, obviously, the trades that were fired away. And then, additionally, as well, we are also going to take a look at the market conditions, just all pairs in its entirety. And we'll kind of really focus on what conditionally is going on. Again, great example of how the automation, the trading as a whole, is super reflective. Liar, baby. Sit. Liar down. Lay. It's just super reflective of market conditions as a whole. So, lay, liar. Yeah, nonetheless, just the name of the game. Not much you can do about it. But, yeah, lad, I'm just going to get this link out, and then we will jump into it. All right, let's do it. Okay. How are we, legends? I hope everyone is rocking and rolling, having an incredible week. I hope you all are staying safe out there. Let's jump into it. Let's take a look at all the trades that we had fired away for the week. Again, a little bit slower of an environment for us. When did the week start? Week started on the 8th. Okay. Yeah, so basically we finished off with Euro USD was, and we're actually here, so we can start off with that. This was the last trade that had fired away from last week, and it happened to TP straight through, so that was really smooth to see. Let's talk about that signal real quick. 110.77 Euro Frenzy. Super smooth entry. I think very minimal drawdown in this trade in its entirety, and we just got a continued signal earlier this morning. So for why did I do that? My drawing tool back. Cool. Okay. So first entry was sitting around 110.77. So we did get that initial entry right within here. And then we can just see a really smooth move as a whole. So that was Euro Frenzy. That was a signal that was fired away last week. It was actually fired away here. Apologies. And then we can just see the continued move. So this was just held over the weekend, and then we can see a nice continued movement that takes place. Good example straight away. I talk about this all the time. Lyra, baby. Sit. Lyra down. Lay. Great example I talked about in context to holding trades over the weekend, which is just if you are going to hold trades over the weekend, understand the possibility of gaps, which very simply can mean that price can simply just jump over or below your take profit or stop loss levels, which can incur a greater loss than you had anticipated. So for those that don't necessarily want to have to deal with that, how you go about holding trades over the weekend, very simply, just shut them down exactly where they are about an hour before the market is going to close. And when the market opens up at Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, try to open it around 6-ish after the spread starts to flatten. If price is near where you had to close it on Friday, simply open with the exact same lot size, take profit, stop loss, and you will have the exact same trade structure as you had previously on Friday. It's a great way of you just mitigating that potential for the gaps. Obviously, sometimes what can happen as well, price can just simply start continuing to push and you happen to just miss the trade you're already in. But again, just a good example of how you can go about protecting yourself from a risk standpoint. But yeah, that was the last signal that happened to TP to start the week, which was great. And again, you can use these trades for continued notifications, continued entries, just overall ideas in tandem with the toolkit. And then we did have another signal that was fired away literally just a couple of hours ago at 110.17. And that is sitting right around here. Looks to be another continuation play. We did just signal within here. Let's drop to the 4 real quick and just take a look as a whole where we are environmentally. So yeah, we can definitely see that market is in fact descending here. And then additionally, we can see that we did just create further lower lows. So we're going to see this slowly trickle down to, at least for now, that is what the arguments hold. We are just looking for that continued movement to the downside. Oh, hello there. No need to draw those trend lines, legends. Why? Because we got them. They're there. They're already done for us. Shout out to the trend lines, the newest tool in Excelsius AI's toolkit. So yeah, this is just looking very bearish for the moment. We can definitely expect further continuation to the downside. We do have that sell signal in there currently with stop sitting at 110.538, which is above the entirety of this structure here, or just right at about. So you are looking for that continued movement, and then you are looking for that further drop to the downside. That is Euro Frenzy that did just signal. And then we did have our normal Tokyo drift, just surfing the markets per usual. Still a lot less activity than what we've been used to, but very consistent across the board. The 9th at 3:15 in the morning. We took little buys at 143.32. So let's take a look at that Sunday right in here. 143.32. So alrighty, let's talk about it. So this was also a cool example too. I talked about this with the legends in the Discord. We did have a little bit of a fractal example here where when we did get this long, it was indicating a short-term buy. We did get in at 143.32, which sits at roughly right around here because that is 3:15 in the morning. And then we can see we did get a nice continued push roughly for about 40-ish pips. We can see that price did reject this previous point. Going back into it again, just because you get a buy, you got to be mindful of those higher time frame arguments. That is where your fractal dashboard does come into play. We did see in the previous, when I posted on Discord, dashboard was giving us indication there was a short-term buy, and it indeed was. But shout out to those that did take that short-term long to begin with. So that was super smooth. We did catch this within here, very nice. And then the next trade that we did have was a sell 142.63, which was yesterday 10:15 in the morning. So let's take a look at that real quick. 142.63. Did we go on a little bit of drawdown? No, because it says it TP'd within an hour. So let's take a look where exactly. At 10:15, right? Yeah, 9, 9:15, 10. So it has to be right within this candle. 142.63. And then this dropped to... Oh, I guess maybe we did go into a little bit of drawdown. No, it can't be, though, because the TP was at 11:42. So unless my time clocks are off again. Oh my goodness, it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. Come on, T. Again, that's me just being stuck in my own head. Yesterday, 10:15 in the morning. Let's take a look. We did get a sell within here. Here's that bad boy, 142.52, and then we can see the continued leg to the downside. This is a super clean play as a whole. We can see again, where's my entry, sitting within here, and then we can just see the continued movement that had taken place post the miracle signal. Talk about this a lot. You can use these trade signals as additional notifications in addition to pasting them in as direct passive income. Nonetheless, that was a super smooth play, and then we did get a continued entry of that at 9:45 p.m. at 141.95. So that sits at, oh hello, right around here. So we did get another continued entry at 141.95, sitting at 9:45 p.m. on the dot. And then again, we can just see a straight continued movement to the downside. A super clean play as a whole. Then we did get further sells at 11:45 p.m. So I'm going to assume in this entire drop. So we just kept chipping away at this entirely. So that's really nice. Again, on top of just seeing how good of an extent movement you'll get, right? You are just seeing that you do get continued entries if you don't get a chance to get in them. So that's great. And then we did get a 141.31, which sits right around here. And again, another continued movement. So all in all, just to show you, Legends, how it worked out, that was our first UJ long. This is where we started shorting initially. And then we had another entry. I think it was like 140. I think the next one was here. And then the last one was there. So really good entries across the board. You had really good movement in context to them. You had good room across the board. And not much I can say about that. Just the trades as a whole were really smooth. So shout out to those that get involved in the FX environment. And then currently we are in that Euro USD sell right now. And we will see how that plays out. We did also have a gold signal that did pop off earlier in the week. We did have a gold standard play here. It is a buy at 2,500 on the 9th. So let's drop back here. And we did signal a long 2,500 on the 9th at 9 a.m. exactly. So what we can see here, Legends, is the following. We can see, boom, right there. Hello. We can see that price did in fact take an entry right within here. At one candle before 8:45, so on the dot actually right here, 2,500, and then we did get a nice push, 4 points straight away before any type of pullback, but then we can obviously see the continued movement. And so this was a really nice clean push. Our TP was at, we got in like a really smooth example. I think we got in exactly on this pullback because that's the 9 a.m. close right here. Got in at 2,594. Not even a point of drawdown. The high was 25.054 05.4, and TP was 25.04. So this is really good, but then you can obviously see the continued leg to the upside, yeah, that was really smooth in context to all of that. So shout out to those that got involved there. And then aside from that, we did have one equity play that did pop off, and then that was it. Again, really like slower week. I think we had 4 or 5 UJ trades, 1 EU, it's 5, 6, 7. Really slower week for us as a whole. But it's just the name of the game. It will happen. It's part of how trading works, right? 225.18 yesterday at 10 a.m. So yesterday at 10 a.m. 225. So right around here, we did take this initial buy. A little bit of drawdown right now, about $2 as a whole. Not much else I can say about that. Environmentally, we are still looking for that continued long to the upside. Equity market as a whole is entirely bullish, but this is a little bit more range bound. But we can still just see, again, we are looking for that continued leg back up and we'll kind of see what we do within this range. But not much as a whole in context to the discussion of it. Just a slower week in context to trading and everything that we are experiencing. And so that's the name of the game, legends. That will happen. It's just what is, trading as a whole, and there's not much else we can do. So nonetheless, that is going to conclude today's webinar. It is a little bit of a shorter one for us, legend, just because we have not as many trades to review. But nonetheless, you can still take advantage using the toolkit. You can create a wide variety of plays as a whole with the toolkit, do a bunch of different things. And so, yeah, legends. Nonetheless, I appreciate every single one of you tuning in. I hope you all have an incredible rest of your week. I hope you all stay safe out there, and we'll see you all in the next live stream.